Hey, it's Andy with the Reverb Tone Report, and today we're checking out a very special amp from Orange. It's been 8 years since they've put out an amp that was 100% designed and built in the UK. And they're celebrating this by going back to the original OR series, and they've added some really cool features as well. So let's check out the new OR30. The OR30 ups the headroom and output from the vintage-inspired OR15 by employing a quartet of EL84s, pumping it up to a very loud 30 watts. Features new to this OR series include an independent foot-switchable volume control. Rather than adding gain, which often squashes dynamics, this second volume control lets you retain the same tone while bumping up the volume to a much higher level, giving your guitar a massive dynamic range in the end. The other new feature for Orange is a 3-way bright switch that easily agrees with a variety of pickup types and pedals. This, in combination with a classic punch of presence, means you have total control over this amp's voicing and feel. If loudness isn't your thing, you can easily switch from headroom to bedroom at only 2 watts, so there's always a way to dial in those heavier sounds at whisper volume. Last but not least, the OR30 has a wide range of EQ with bass, mid, and treble, while the tube buffered effects loop helps keep your wet effects nice and defined, even in a sea of saturation. The OR30 fits right into your rig with a choice of orange or black, and you can find this UK-made all-tube head right here on Reverb. How about we start with a high headroom and very loud 30-watt clean tone. I'm just going to crank up the master volume and keep the gain around 9 or 10 o'clock. And I also want to show you how the 3-way bright switch right off the bat can help dial in the tones you're looking for and match to your guitar. And then you could go in and tweak the presence and 3-band EQ. So it really opens things up with that bright switch, especially on that last setting. So if you have the darkest guitar, you could always find a sweet spot just with that 3-way switch. Now let's go back to maybe the second setting, which sounds great with this HSS guitar, and we'll dial in some different tones with the presence and the 3-band EQ. I really like cranking up the presence on this amp because it really just adds even more dynamics to this all-tube amplifier. But let's just go the other way. I'm going to try it with some humbuckers, back off on the presence, and increase the mids to get some classic orange tone with just a little bit more warmth on the top end. One of the things I love about old Oranges is you get a little bit more of a spongier attack when you increase the bass, unlike the previous example where I had backed it off and got a tighter overdrive sound. So let's increase the bass and the gain while we're at it. And also notice I've been backing off on the master volume as we increase the gain. The output volume right here is pretty much as loud as the clean tone with the volume all the way up. I wanted to show you two last features, and one is the bedroom setting. So I've got the amp here in front of me. I've set it to bedroom, which is 2 watts, and I'm also using the foot switch to go between 2 different volume settings. You could actually use the foot switch to go to a lower setting, but I've chosen just to keep it pretty normal here for kind of rhythm and lead applications. So normal volume is around 2 o'clock, and the foot switch volume is going to be cranked up all the way to get us some extra power tube saturation. Well, there you go, the Orange OR30 expanding on that classic series and also adding some really cool features as well. You can find it right here on Reverb. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.